Tonight, the family of a woman who was murdered in 2023 finally has some closure. Last year, 45-year-old Jenny Baxter was found dead inside of her home near Vidor. Well, now her roommate and her killer faces 40 years in prison. Russell Kinney could have faced a life sentence if he had gone to trial, but this week he shocked prosecutors and accepted a plea deal. Jenny Baxter was the daughter of Southeast Texas broadcasting pioneer Gordon Baxter. Years ago, he even wrote a book about his relationship with her called Jenny and Dad. She spent most of her adult life in a wheelchair, and her family says that disability left her vulnerable. 12 News reporter Kyle Orr spoke with Jenny's family tonight.
Jordan, Jenny's half-brother Jim Baxter tells me he's relieved to finally get closure and to see his sister's killer finally face justice.
After a year and a half of knowing that she was gone and trying to work through that loss, seeing him for the first time was really hard.
A bittersweet moment for the family of Jenny Baxter. Her killer will now spend the next 40 years in prison.
I was the first to give a victim impact statement. He walked like about an arm's reach away from me, and it was hard. I just put my head down for a minute.
Russell Kinney's trial was reset for October, but he surprised prosecutors on Monday by pleading guilty for Baxter's death.
We don't want him back on the streets. We just don't.
Baxter was found dead at the Denbo Mobile Home Park near Vidor in March of 2023.
The way we found her, first of all, was pretty rough. She was wrapped in plastic, shoved under her bed by this guy, and then he continued to live in her apartment.
Orange County investigators said Kinney had been using Baxter's phone to communicate with her family. He had even dismantled Baxter's wheelchair.
If you walk in and don't see a wheelchair, you would think, okay, it's not here, versus looking for the pieces.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office previously told 12 News Kinney and Baxter were dating, but her brother Jim Baxter says she was letting Kinney stay with her.
We believe that he was homeless at the time, and she welcomed him into her home.
Unfortunately, Jenny's kindness cost her her life.
He just began taking advantage of her on many different levels.
Baxter says Kinney's sentencing is closure for the family.
There's justice there. As hard as it is with the loss and everything, I tend to believe that she's in a better place.
While Jenny's loss is heartbreaking for the family, he says she'll never be forgotten.
Jenny had such a bright and just irrepressible personality. I mean, she filled up a room. Her memory will live with us for many, many years.
Kinney will be up for parole in 20 years. Baxter's family say they plan to attend future parole hearings in hopes of keeping him in prison. In studio, Kyle Orr, 12 News.